If you're over 60, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself something simple. How does your body feel first thing in the morning? Do your knees feel stiff when you swing your legs off the bed? Are your fingers tight when you try to button your shirt? Does your back feel like it needs warming up just to stand upright? This isn't just aging. It's a signal. And for millions of people, it's the first reminder before breakfast, before coffee, that something deeper is going on inside their joints. According to data from the National Health Interview Survey, NHIS, 2022, about 30% of Americans over 65 report having joint pain that limits their daily activities. That's nearly 1 in 3 seniors who begin each day already feeling behind. And this stiffness? It doesn't just affect the body. It wears down the mind, the motivation, the confidence. I see it in my clinic every week. Patients who eat well, walk regularly, take their supplements. They're doing everything right, but the stiffness still creeps in, especially in the mornings. Here's something most people don't realize. The first 30 minutes after waking is one of the most powerful moments for your joints. Because what you do or don't do during that time can set the tone for how your body feels the rest of the day. And no, I'm not talking about taking another pill. I'm talking about something much simpler. Something warm, soothing, natural. Over the next few minutes, I'll share with you 3 warm drinks easy to make at home that can gently help your joints feel looser, more flexible, and ready for movement again. They're not magic, but they are backed by science, and they've made a real difference for people just like you. If you're tired of waking up stiff and frustrated, if you're looking for a small, practical habit you can start tomorrow morning, stay with me. And if you find this video helpful, feel free to subscribe to Golden Health. We share real, practical ways to feel better without overwhelm. Let's take the first step together, one warm sip at a time. Let's start with something that may already be sitting in your kitchen drawer: cinnamon and clove. They're spices you've probably used in pies or warm drinks, but few people know they also work like natural medicine for your joints. Cinnamon isn't just a flavor. It contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde, which has been shown to reduce inflammation throughout the body. In a study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition, researchers found that cinnamon extract helped lower markers of inflammation in people with chronic joint pain, and the dose they used? Very small. That's the beauty of this spice. It doesn't take much to start seeing results. Now, clove, on the other hand, carries its own power. It contains eugenol, a natural substance with both anti-inflammatory and mild analgesic, pain-relieving properties. Eugenol works by blocking the release of prostaglandins. These are the same chemical messengers in the body that trigger swelling and sensitivity in your joints. When you combine cinnamon and clove, you're getting a double shot of natural inflammation control. But there's another benefit many people overlook: heat. When you drink something warm, especially in the morning, it gently boosts your circulation. That means more oxygen and nutrients are carried to your joints, where they're needed most. This increase in blood flow can help wake up stiff areas and get your body ready for movement. Here's what I often tell my older patients. This isn't about curing arthritis. It's about creating the best internal environment for your joints to function. Think of cinnamon and clove tea as a small daily signal to your body. I'm paying attention. I'm sending support where it hurts. Let me share a quick example. One of my longtime patients, a retired teacher in her early 72nd, came to me with chronic stiffness in her hands, especially in the mornings. She didn't want another prescription. She wanted something simple. We added cinnamon and clove tea to her breakfast, nothing fancy, just a warm mug every morning. After 3 weeks, she reported her hands felt looser, not pain-free, but functional. She could write in her journal again, and that mattered. To make the tea yourself, it's simple. Simmer 1 cinnamon stick, and a few whole cloves in water for about 10 minutes. Let it steep. Sip it slowly while it's warm. If you want to enhance the benefits, add a slice of ginger or a teaspoon of honey. But even on its own, this tea can be a gentle, consistent ally in your morning routine. The key here isn't intensity, it's consistency. You don't need to overhaul your life, you just need to start. This simple tea won't fix everything overnight, but it may help your joints feel just a little more relaxed, a little more ready for the day ahead. And for many people, that small change makes all the difference. Now let's move to something a little more familiar, green tea. It's often praised for its effects on weight, heart health, even brain function, but not enough people realize how powerful it can be for stiff joints, especially when combined with fresh mint. The secret lies in a compound found in green tea called EGCG, short for epigallocatechin gallate. It sounds complex, but its job is simple. Fight inflammation at the cellular level. In a 2020 study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology, EGCG was shown to significantly reduce cartilage breakdown in models of osteoarthritis. That means it may help slow down the wear and tear happening inside your joints. EGCG also helps calm the immune system when it's overreacting, something that often happens in chronic joint conditions, like arthritis. When the body sees your joints as a threat and begins attacking them, that's when stiffness, swelling, and pain follow. Green tea doesn't stop your immune system, it just teaches it to stop overdoing it. Now, let's talk about the mint. Mint leaves contain menthol, which has a natural cooling and muscle-relaxing effect. When you drink it warm, mint gently soothes the lining of your muscles and helps reduce tension around the joints. It's not just about taste, it's a real therapeutic effect, especially for older adults whose joints feel tight or locked up. There's also something deeper going on here. The aroma of mint itself has been shown to activate calming signals in the brain, reducing perceived pain and improving emotional well-being, according to a small clinical study in Pain Research and Management Journal. In short, green tea with mint is not just healing for the body, it's soothing for the mind, too. One patient of mine, an 81-year-old man with long-standing knee stiffness, had trouble walking downstairs in the morning. He didn't want surgery. He didn't trust supplements. But he was willing to try something natural. He began drinking green tea with mint twice a day, morning and evening. After 4 weeks, he told me, "It's not that the pain is gone. It's that I can move again, that I trust my knees under me." That's what we're aiming for. To make it, steep a green tea bag or loose leaves in hot water, never boiling, as it can turn bitter. Then add a few crushed mint leaves. Let it sit for 3-5 minutes. No sugar needed. But a teaspoon of raw honey can enhance both the flavor and the anti-inflammatory effect if you like. The warmth improves circulation. The antioxidants fight joint damage. The menthol relaxes. And together, they offer a small but powerful tool to help your joints feel more supported, more mobile, and more alive. This isn't a cure, but it's a signal to your body each time you drink it that healing is possible. That movement can feel easier, that your joints are not forgotten. This one might surprise you. It's simple, almost too simple. Warm lemon water with honey. Many of my older patients look at me with disbelief when I recommend it. "Doctor, I've had lemon and honey all my life. How is that going to help my joints?" But once you understand how it works inside the body, it makes perfect sense. Let's start with lemon. Fresh lemon juice is rich in vitamin C, one of the most essential nutrients for your joints. Your cartilage, the cushion between your bones, is made of collagen, and vitamin C is a key building block for collagen production. In fact, a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people with higher vitamin C intake had a 33% lower risk of developing inflammatory arthritis. But vitamin C does more than help build new tissue. It also protects your joints from further damage. It's a powerful antioxidant. which means it fights off free radicals, unstable molecules that break down cartilage and worsen inflammation over time. Now let's add honey. Raw, unprocessed honey is more than just a natural sweetener. It contains enzymes and polyphenols that have been shown to reduce swelling and support immune balance. In a 2019 review published in Phytotherapy Research, honey was highlighted for its anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, particularly in older adults with chronic conditions. But what makes this drink really special is the combination of lemon and honey in warm water. Not hot, just warm enough to comfort your stomach and dissolve the honey without killing its enzymes. The warmth does something important. It relaxes the muscles and increases circulation to the joints, especially helpful first thing in the morning when everything feels tight or slow. This is where science meets comfort. One of my patients, a retired florist in her late 62nd, started her day with a warm mug of lemon and honey after she noticed her fingers were too stiff to hold her pruning shears. No medications, just consistency. 2 weeks later, she could open jars without assistance. Not because the pain vanished, but because the joints moved again. Here's how to prepare it. Squeeze half a lemon into a mug. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw honey. Pour in warm, not boiling water. Stir gently. Breathe in the citrus scent and sip slowly. You can enhance it with a pinch of turmeric or grated ginger for extra anti-inflammatory benefits, but even alone, this drink stands strong. It's not flashy. It's not exotic. But it's real. It's gentle. And most importantly, it works when you make it a habit. Consistency is where the magic happens. And with something this simple, there's no reason not to give your joints that daily support. Now that you know the what, let's talk about the how. Because understanding the benefits is one thing, but turning them into a habit is where the real change happens. And let me say this clearly. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent enough. A warm drink routine doesn't have to feel like a chore. It's not about setting alarms or following strict health plans. It's about choosing one small act of care each morning or evening and making it part of your rhythm. Here's what I often recommend to my patients, especially those over 60 who want better mobility but feel overwhelmed by complex regimens. Pick one of the drinks we've talked about. Just one. Start by preparing it at the same time every day, ideally when you're least likely to skip it. For some people, that's first thing in the morning, before breakfast. For others, it's in the evening, after a warm shower, just before bed. There's no perfect time, just the one that fits your life. You can even rotate them throughout the week. Monday, cinnamon and clove. Tuesday, green tea with mint. Wednesday, lemon and honey. And so on. The point isn't variety, it's ownership. When this ritual feels like something you've chosen, not something prescribed or imposed, you're more likely to stick with it. Now here's something most people miss. The act of slowing down with a warm drink does more than support your joints physically. It also calms your nervous system. It signals to your brain, I'm safe, I'm cared for. That shift alone can lower inflammation by reducing the release of stress hormones like cortisol, which, by the way, is known to worsen joint pain over time. I had a patient, a widow in her early 72nd, who told me her morning tea was the first time in the day she didn't feel rushed or ignored. She said, I don't know if it's the tea or the quiet, but either way, my knees feel better afterward. And that's exactly the point. Healing is not just chemistry, it's also context. So my advice is simple. Pick a cup, commit to it, make it yours. You don't have to get it right every day. You just have to keep returning to it. Because over time, these small actions tell your body a powerful message. I'm still here, I still matter, and I'm still choosing to move forward. If you've made it this far, I want to say something simple but important. Thank you. Not just for watching, but for choosing to care for yourself in a way that's honest, consistent, and kind. You didn't come here looking for a miracle. You came here because you're tired of waking up stiff, Tired of feeling limited? And maybe, just maybe, you're ready to try something gentle that respects where your body is right now. And that matters. Because the truth is, healing doesn't always happen in big, dramatic changes. More often, it starts in small, quiet moments. Like wrapping your hands around a warm mug, breathing deeply, taking that first sip, and knowing you've just done something good for your body. Each of these drinks isn't just a recipe. It's a gesture. A way of telling your joints, your heart, your nervous system, I see you. I'm supporting you. And I'm not giving up. And over time, those small gestures add up. They build strength. They restore confidence. They make movement possible again. Not perfect, not painless, but freer and more yours. So whether you start with cinnamon and clove, green tea with mint, or just a warm cup of lemon and honey, remember this: you're not too old. It's not too late. And your joints are not beyond help. You deserve to move freely again. Not because it's easy, but because it's still possible. If this video gave you something useful, whether it was a recipe, a new idea, or simply a sense that someone understands, please consider subscribing to Golden Health. We're here to support you with honest, natural tools to help you feel strong, steady, and seen. And if you know someone else who's waking up stiff and searching for relief, feel free to share this with them. You never know. The smallest reminder can make the biggest difference. Take care of yourself, be gentle with your body, and remember, sometimes all it takes is one warm sip to begin again.